Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something really fascinating. It's the actual blueprint for another show called Mindset Matrix.
Hmm.
Imagine getting your hands on the knowledge base, the whole guidebook for a show before it even airs. That's basically what we're looking at today.
Indeed. And our sources here, they don't just sketch it out, they really paint the entire picture.
Mm.
The identity, the structure, the whole philosophy behind Mindset Matrix. It's part of the Luminary Discoveries community and authored behind the scenes by someone named Melvin Jason Ogbolu.
Great.
And that tagline, decoding the inner architecture of thought, belief, and transformation.
Okay.
It tells you a lot. What's really insightful, I think, is how they seem to have focused on the architecture of the learning experience itself. It's about framing questions, not just giving answers.
That's exactly where it gets really interesting, isn't it? This deep dive is going to show you how Mindset Matrix plans to tackle some big questions. We're talking design, psychology, technology, spirituality, all intersecting. They're specifically looking at identity, emotional architecture, which is a fascinating term,
Yes.
how our feelings are structured, also moral imagination and the idea of vocation in just everyday life. So we're going to pull out the key nuggets for you about this, well, pretty ambitious project. So as we started looking through this blueprint, what was the first thing that really jumped out at you? For me, it was the host concept. It's different.
Absolutely. Yeah, that stands out immediately. They've designed it around two distinct AI personas, Aura and Lynx.
Right.
Aura is presented as this wise, reflective voice. Think spiritual traditions, philosophy, the soul's journey. She draws on mysticism, theology, Jungian depth psychology, that kind of thing.
Okay, the deep, soulful side.
Exactly. And then you have Lynx. Lynx is the rational, analytical counterpart, focused on cognitive science, behavior systems, tech frameworks, human-computer interaction, the more structured scientific view.
So you get this built-in complementarity, like two sides of a coin exploring these complex ideas.
Precisely. They're set up to navigate those dualities. Self versus structure, soul versus system, belief versus behavior.
That's a powerful setup. But, how do they plan to make these AI personas actually work together? How do they make sure it doesn't just sound like, I don't know, two separate lectures? Is there something in the blueprint about making the dialogue feel real?
Well, that seems to be key to the design. It's not just about presenting two views. Aura and Lynx actually embody the tension the show explores, intuition versus reason, maybe. So the hosts themselves become a kind of living metaphor for the themes.
Ah, okay. That's clever.
Yeah. And the blueprint specifies a tone poetic yet grounded, clear, but with a sense of mystery. That's crucial for the dialogue, I think. Their editorial prompt, the instructions they work from, it mentioned generating outlines, deep dives, references, listener questions, all geared towards fostering that dynamic exchange, not just, reading facts.
Hearing that, I almost picture them like a philosophical buddy cop duo or something.
Maybe.
Constantly balancing and challenging each other. It really does set the stage for dynamic conversation. And this intentional design, it goes beyond just the hosts, right? The whole episode structure seems very thought out for you, the listener.
Precisely. Yeah, there's a clear flow outline for each episode. It starts with an ambient opening, a greeting, then they introduce the core theme. After that, it moves into what they call segment-based inquiry.
Segment-based inquiry. Okay.
Yeah, basically breaking down the topic from different angles, psychological, philosophical, spiritual, even design perspectives.
Okay.
And they wrap it all up with a reflective close and, importantly, an invitation for you to engage. It feels like a complete cycle in each session.
So how does this all translate into actual topics? The blueprint gives us a peek at their first few planned deep dives, and they really show this approach in action.
They really do. These first episodes lay the groundwork quite well. Episode 1 is called The World Within. Focuses on emotional architecture, inner life, identity. Aura would explore, and this is a quote, the sacred space of interiority.
Nice phrase.
Yeah. While Lynx tackles emotional cognition and the neuroscience of the self, how the brain handles feelings. Then their dialogue explores how identity is shaped, inside and out. And it leaves you with a prompt.
Ah, the reflection prompt.
Yes. Who am I beneath what I do?
Wow. That's a heavy hitter right out of the gate. Who am I beneath what I do? How do they make sure these prompts connect without feeling, I don't know, too much like homework?
Well, I think it's in the phrasing. They seem framed as invitations, not assignments. Take episode 2, The Call of Duty. This one dives into vocation, purpose, spiritual responsibility. Aura discusses the vocation of the laity and divine calling in secular life, finding meaning in everyday stuff. Lynx looks at designing meaningful work and systems of accountability, more practical, system-level thinking.
Right, the two perspectives again.
Exactly. And their dialogue aims to integrate duty, desire, destiny, complex stuff. The reflection prompt for that one is, what calls to me when the world is quiet?
Mm. See, that feels more like an opening, a gentle nudge.
Yes, exactly. It's designed to open up your own thoughts, not provide a neat answer.
That makes sense. And they have one more example here, the ship of Theseus.
Ah, yes, the classic philosophical puzzle.
Right, about identity and change.
Exactly. Episode 3 uses that metaphor to talk about identity, memory, personal evolution.
Hmm,
Aura delves into the continuity of the soul across transformation,
okay.
while Lynx analyzes personal identity through psychological time and neural change. How we perceive ourselves changing or not changing over time, the big question they pose in dialogue is, are we the same person we used to be?
A question we've probably all asked ourselves at some point.
Absolutely. And the reflection prompt follows. What have I replaced and what still remains?
These are definitely questions that stick with you. They linger.
And what's powerful, I think, is how they tackle these really big, enduring human questions, but in this very accessible dialogic format. It feels like a smart way to make abstract ideas feel more, well, concrete for you.
And this focus on your journey, your discovery, it carries through to how they plan to engage listeners too, right?
Yes, very clearly. They explicitly invite topic suggestions through comments, email, Substack. They plan themed Q&A sessions monthly.
Oh, interesting.
And they mention offering interactive prompts and journaling invitations. It makes it feel much more like a collaboration, like you're helping shape the show.
A co-creative journey. I like that.
And their reference pool, the sources they plan to draw on, really shows the breadth they're aiming for. You've got Carl Jung's The Undiscovered Self, Thomas Merton's No Man is an Island,
The classics.
Daniel Kahneman's Thinking, Fast and Slow, James K. Smith's You Are What You Love. So you see this blend of depth psychology, contemplative spirituality, cognitive science, philosophical theology.
Is it kind of mix?
It is. And they specifically mention incorporating AI ethics and human-computer interaction literature, too, which really highlights that unique intersectional theme they're going for. It's ambitious, bridging these often separate fields.
Yeah, you don't often see Jung and Kahneman and AI ethics mentioned in the same breath.
Not typically, no.
And their call to action, the final message, it really resonated. It echoes what we try to do here. They state it plainly. We're not broadcasting answers. We're making space for discovery.
That's it.
It's about empowering you, the listener, to find your own insights. That feels really important.
Yep.
So looking at this whole blueprint for Mindset Matrix, it really shows such deliberate, careful thought. They're crafting a space for some potentially profound exploration, both personal and philosophical, blending that rigorous analysis with contemplative wisdom. It's a powerful combination. Feels like it could offer something really substantial.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating, stepping back, is seeing how the design of a learning experience like this matters so much. And choosing these complementary AI hosts, structuring the inquiry in segments, crafting those specific reflection prompts, it all works together to take these huge complex topics and make them feel like a coherent personal journey for you.
Right.
It definitely raises a question, doesn't it, for you listening? How does understanding the architecture of knowledge itself, seeing the blueprint like we just did, how does that influence your own quest for understanding? Does it make you think differently about the frameworks that guide your own learning?